Welcome back, everyone. I am Sai here with Adabisi, and we are casting the Prodigy Team StarCraft League 2. How are you, Adabisi?
I'm good, man. I'm pumped for this match between Team Wizards and Team Newbcake. Possibly two of the most epic names that you can ever hear of a team. Really, we've got the Team Newbcake spawning in the southern locations with the green Terran and the orange Terran. So once again, they're getting a double Terran here, and then in the northern positions, Team Wizards, we've got the red Terran and the blue Zerg.
Red Terran, blue Zerg. There we go. I have the overlay set up. Hopefully, actually, you know what? I screwed it up a little bit. Stall, Adabisi. Hurry, stall.
Alright, so my favorite color is purple. I like long walks on the beach. That's all I got, man.
That's all you got. Come on.
And now you're lagging. You're lagging. You're ruining esports.
I'm ruining esports. No. All right, I'm gonna work on getting this overlay fixed. I don't want to miss any action though, so I'm gonna do it slowly throughout the match. You guys will be confused until I actually figure out what the hell I'm doing. Cut me some slack. This is my first live casted tournament. Okay, come on now.
Oh, I think we all love you, buddy. But as this game gets underway, we've got our orange Newbcake going for gas first, whereas just a standard Terran opening for our orange Newbcake, or our green Newbcake. Man, this is so hard casting when they all have the same names. It's like, man, casting 2v2 is like a whole different beast than casting 1v1. Like, it's incredibly, like, so much more going on. Then you've got two players, not only, the same name, but then they randomly spawn as the same race, and it's just like, oh my lord. But
I just spilled my water all over my mouse.
That helps. That always helps. Is it
keep stalling. Keep stalling.
Oh man, you can just follow my camera if yours is
okay. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, is your mouse dead?
No, it's not. But I need to take off my sweatshirt and clean it up.
Nice. At least it's only water, man. If it was like Coke or something, that would have been pretty brutal. So we've got that fast factory coming out here from Mr. Newbcake. Definitely very likely to be Hellions, but it's interesting because he doesn't have his barracks by his factory, so it's a lot harder to swap the reactor if he's going to build that. And he hasn't actually built it yet. He is taking a second gas, so Banshees could definitely be possible. Meanwhile, back on Team Wizards' side of things, we do have a factory also coming up as well as a second gas, and a factory also for our green Terran. So all of these Terrans are teching up pretty hard, and our Zerg player here actually not. He's doing something very bizarre. He's got almost 250 gas, and he's making a lair. So it looks like he wants to do some kind of infestor shenanigans, which is going to be a pretty good choice against two Terran players because, of course, I mean, they're likely to go a ton of bio, whereas we see they're both getting factories, so... but, I mean, you can't go wrong with infestors in a 2v2, so...
Oh, yeah.
Once again, this map, you don't really expand too much on this map. It's a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's causing the games to be pretty darn short because this is the starting map for every series. Is that right? For the...
Yeah, at least for, I guess, round one of the losers bracket and round one of the, general bracket. Yeah. That might be different, so we'll have to find out tomorrow. I'm not sure of all those details, but, yep, that's the case.
Now, every single player now running off of 2 gas, so not likely to see any expansions anytime soon. Both Terran players getting a siege, actually 2 out of 3 of the Terran players getting siege, and the green Newbcake going up against the Zerg, smartly getting those blue flame Hellions, and the Zerg getting an evolution chamber. I feel like if you have a lair, you want to get an infestation pit or a spire. There's the spire, and the evolution chamber most likely for +1 attack. Mutas, I have a feeling we're going to see a Muta feed. I doubt we're going to see much gas use out of this Terran.
I feel like you need a second hatchery, don't you, if you're really going to get fed doing this? Like, it's going to be hard, at least. We'll see. And the other thing is he's going kind of for siege tanks. Like, what exactly is he's actually getting an engineering bay now, so...
Yeah.
I guess he is. I think you're right here. I think he'll be phasing back his production a little bit and feeding some gas, which would be pretty smart. You know, maybe he was watching the last games, and they're like, well, if we play the loser of this series, it would definitely be pretty intelligent to be watching the stream and keeping tabs of of what exactly they're doing.
Spore Crawler, looks like the evolution chamber was for a Spore Crawler. They were able to scout, well actually, you know what, they didn't scout anything, so that Spore Crawler is a blind one. He doesn't know what he's getting it for, he just knows he's getting one. And a spine in the back of his... what? He saw the starport, and he's getting a Spore for Banshees and a spine for Hellion drops? I don't know, this guy is crazy, man. He is pulling some Miss Cleo stuff here, trying to guess what's going to happen. But these Hellions aren't going to get much done, and... are we going to see any kind of feed? That's a lot of gas from the Terran player, and he's continuing to get tanks. I don't know if there's been any feed yet.
Yeah, he's sitting up at 300 gas right now. He's making a Mana Snare, so if he suddenly goes down a ton of gas, that would definitely make sense. There are 6 mutas in production, or 7 now, actually, so it's a not, but it's not like an unbelievable amount. Meanwhile, a scan actually comes out from Team Newbcake on the Zerg player, sees the Spire, and might even see some of these mutas popping, so you should know exactly what's up. But these guys, yes, they do actually have some engineering bays up. Turrets getting dropped immediately for both of them, so should be able to quite easily deflect any of this aggression. What they need to be careful with is the fact that their tanks actually, like the mineral line is safe, but you got 5 tanks with 0 anti-air coverage right here.
And there are those tanks just kind of hanging out in the middle. They don't want to siege up, they just want to make a little covered wagon circle there, protect them from... you know, whatever threats there are out there. And the Muta's just beating down on that supply depot. No Marines in the bunker, now 1 taking refuge in the bunker. If he can take out that tech lab, there is Stimpak researching, but when he gets fired upon from the bunker, he's not going to know how many Marines there are. If he knew there was 1, he would definitely go for that tech lab and see. He's trying to bounce back and forth. Looks like he is going to kill it. That's going to be huge. Newbcake with Stim has half finished, is now going to have to wait another day to get that started.
Yeah, didn't even lose the muta there. Just very solid out there, canceling that stim because, of course, there's 3 additional barracks. He is getting a tech lab on one of those, so he will be able to resume that stim upgrade. But, man, as a Terran player, when you lose that tech lab building stim, it's just like, wow, you feel like you get knocked back to the Stone Age. And after this, we're actually going to see a double expand coming out from the blue guy on Team Wizards as the gold base is also getting taken. So... Team Newbcake is kind of going to need to get some aggression in here pretty soon, lest their opponents just kind of go nuts with the aggression, or with the economy.
Exactly, yeah. They're going to have so much map control right now with these mutas. And what's the red player got here? She's got standard Marine tank, and looks like Orange Newbcake is just looking to chill at the ramp. He's got that Thor there. He's got a couple Vikings for those mutas, but little do they know, their opponents are taking 4 bases right now. 1 of which is already complete. Looks like the Zerg base just completed, and they are about to get out-macroed like crazy if they don't do something about this.
I mean, that is, it's almost an expansion I want to call optimistic, taking this one on the left side of the map, but that's what the Mutalisks really allow you to do. They've kind of gotten in and seen the factory, so it's like, yeah, one of these guys is going mech, they can't really be all over the place, so finally Team Newbcake is going to push out, but it's like, well, you're going to take the gold base, and ooh, it looks like a command center getting intercepted here. It should be able to escape and get repaired, but it's going to be very difficult to secure those southeastern expansions, really, because of these mutas.
Yeah, we see 3 Vikings out for Newbcake, green Newbcake, and while these aren't the best response to these mutas, I feel like he saw that he had a starport and he had to do something with it, and there's just so many mutas. These aren't going to be the most resourceful use of gas and minerals, but hopefully keep them at bay at least. Looks like this barracks trying to scout is going to get picked off here, and the Newbcake team pushing out a little bit. That's a lot of tanks. He needs to siege up properly though, running right into 3 siege tanks. Is he going to push into this? It looks like he is. Thor's soaking up some damage. Tons of tanks now sieging up, and the mutas coming in, but the Thors are weak. Are the mutas going to do their job? Clumping up, trying to pick off those tanks, and it looks like he's going to get a couple before running away.
Yeah, that was kind of an even-ish trade there, but with the opponents, or the units for Team Wizards are just a lot more disposable because they've got a kind of ridiculously better economy, so they can afford to do those kind of trades. I mean, losing a Thor at this point is very, very expensive for Mr. Newbcake here.
And if we check out the Harvesters, it just shows, it reflects how many bases each player has. 38-28. It's a 57-51. Team Wizards just taking a huge lead, now sniping these medevacs. Fortunately for Newbcake, he was able to unload them and at least do a little bit of damage to the mutas, actually able to force them away there. But the army supply big discrepancy right there, 83-64 to 128-93.
Yeah, and all these Xel'Naga towers, except for, of course, the one very close to Team newbcake, are controlled by Team Wizards. They've got these bases up, and they can even start taking the upper expansions on the right side of the map, and their opponents just really won't be able to... And look at that. I don't know if you caught it, but a medevac that was basically full getting picked off by the mutas. Just... His Muta control is actually really, really quite nice. You know, he did a good job picking off that tech lab, you know, catching that command center, and then even picking off some SCVs while he was doing that. Just, you know, very solid play, and that's what's basically led to them having this, like, stupid worker advantage, absolute map control, and, I mean, the game is certainly not over, but they're in just such a commanding position right here.
Yeah, this tank placement is crazy. He's got 6 at the eastern watchtower, 6 at the middle watchtower, 4 at the western watchtower. He's even taking the base right next to the destructible rocks. I feel like these guys are toying with him at this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see some ultras, some broodlords, something crazy coming up in just a second here. I don't know if these guys know how far ahead they are, but I kind of have a feeling they do.
Yeah, and wow, look at the siege positioning right now on the left side of the map. He's able to shell the gold base, and he's building turrets there, so he can't really drop units on top of that. And that is disabling the mining completely, and look at this now, he's baiting his units near the Xel'Naga watchtower, picking off Thors. The mutas come in, taking out Thors too, and this is just like complete domination.
Looks like we had 2 kills on one tank, 1 kill on the other tank, but most importantly, preventing a lot of mining from that gold. You can see every single SCV being pulled off, whether they needed to be pulled off or not. If you select that siege tank, it looks like they are slightly out of range of those bottom 3 mineral patches, but still some great positioning on those tanks. Those Vikings trying to fly in and do something. Meanwhile, mutas just picking off add-on after add-on. Couple of Marines stimming in, started to retreat, but realizing that's not very many Marines, I'm going to eat you up and finish off these reactors.
Yeah, it's going to definitely cut into the production, and these guys just with a ton of money right now. The Zerg player floating away 2.4k minerals. Terran player doing a good job backfiring from Team Wizards. And, I mean, they can just kind of do anything. They've got their